Hi, Rich. How are
Hi,
you?
Terry. I'm good.
Good. So good to see you. And thank you so much for participating in this Choose Courage movement and being interviewed by me. You are a longtime friend and you have so much wisdom, and it means so much to me to interview you. So please tell people, the audience, who you are and what you do. Just a little bit about yourself.
Real quick, let's say our life is broken into thirds. The first third was music. The second third was life coaching and counseling and mediations and helping kids and teenagers with drug problems. I had my own private practice for many years. And the next third right now is to teach others how to do that. I wrote a book last year, published it, about how to help somebody at the end of life die with peace and dignity, and talk about courage. Writing a book like that is, it takes a bit of a confront because nobody wants to talk about death. But I think I've helped a lot of people when they're faced with somebody in their life dying. So anyway, that book came out last year, and I've got a podcast series called It's the Question, which is kind of fun. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, and that's.
Rich, you've been so busy, and I think your book of helping people at the end of life, and everything you do, the podcast, I've been involved in all of it, and it's really all about making a difference in people's lives, and it's really what we're all trying to do, right?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So I also want to make sure to give a shout out in the name of your book so people can find it. So what's the name of your book that you just published?
I've got a copy here I just happen to have a copy. It's called When It's Time.
Okay, great. Excellent. When It's Time.
That's to help someone.
And you can find it on Amazon, and it's Rich Nisbet.
Rich Nisbet.
Okay,
Yep.
Great. All right. So I know that you're busy, and I don't know how you find the time to do everything you're doing, and that you just made a move to Nashville, a new city.
That's
and
right. Yep.
a lot going on in your life. But I want to ask you, in a new moment in time, as if you never heard this question before,
Okay.
do you see yourself as courageous?
I'd say yes, but it's relative.
Okay.
Here's the thing. A person could run into a burning house to save a kitten, and that's courageous. But also a middle schooler could stand up to a bully in the classroom, and that would be courageous.
Yes.
It's funny because I think courage and integrity to yourself are completely synonymous. I mean, if you have integrity to what you know to be true to yourself, and you apply that in your life, you're courageous.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a scene that you know isn't right, but you back down from it, it's almost like you build a small wall around yourself. And you do it again, and pretty soon there's another wall. And pretty soon your life is now built by a jail that you created for yourself because you didn't stand up for what you believed.
Wow. Rich, this is so good, because this is exact subject that I've been trying to talk about. And that people, how can that be courageous? It is courageous. It's not an easy thing to do in this world, right? I mean, if you can expand on that.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I read something once about integrity. Your integrity to yourself is more important than your immediate life. And I'll explain that in a second. Your immediate life is your current right now survival. Okay, I'm getting hit. My husband is hitting me every other week, but he's bringing money in and he's good to the kids. So I'm not going to even acknowledge that is happening.
Yes.
Well, that seems like maybe a good solution at the moment, but on the long term, it's going to ruin your life. Your immediate life is right now, but your integrity is for your whole life. It's like the kind of guy who he sees somebody getting beaten up and he wants to go help, but he's afraid he'll get his body hurt. Your body gets hurt, it's 3 days of pain. If you don't go and help, it's your entire life of regret.
Wow, that's powerful. And how do people really step into this and really digest the difference here? I mean, I think you're right. I think a lot of people look at courage as maybe the immediacy of something you have to get over right now, or you're in danger, but they don't look at the full picture and the bigger picture of your life. That courage is really staying true to your values, your integrity, and who you are in the long run. That's the bigger picture.
You're right. Here's a little key to this whole thing. If you know in your heart 100% that you're a spiritual being, that you are not your physical body, and that you have you're not part of the linear time stream. You are consciousness. You are the human soul. You are a spirit. A lot of people go, oh, I'm so spiritual. But you know what? I'm talking about you knowing who you are, that you are not going to die, that you can keep your integrity. And the worst that can happen is you get a little bit of body pain, or you gotta get a different job, or a new husband, or a new whatever. But you cannot actually be harmed except by your own failure to keep your own integrity intact.
That was beautifully put. And that is more painful, really. I mean, your body can heal, but and I know that your spirit can heal too, but it goes to our, the core of who we really are, and our essence. And that's painful if you have already sabotaged that in your life, and you're not showing up fully who you are and what you know is to be true for yourself, and contributing fully by having integrity and values and living by them. And so this is just so powerful for everyone to hear. And I hope that maybe by the end of our interview, they can feel like they have hope that they can actually do this in their life, and that it's more important to do that than to not do it.
The last section of this book, When It's Time, that we talked about earlier, is about how to live your life now in a very enriching way. And I surveyed quite a few people at the end of life, and the one thing that seems consistent in what they regretted or what they wish they had followed their instinct. They wish they had done what they wanted. They wish they hadn't worked so much. They wish that they had been true to themselves of what they really loved. So that's what I'm talking about. If you go against your integrity, it's going to last your entire life. If you keep your integrity, you might get messed up at the moment, your immediate life, but it's going to be worth it in the long run.
Rich, what beautiful wisdom, really. And I know that people listening right now are really thinking about this and know in their hearts that this is true. So if you're given one step from this interview to go in that direction, what would that be?
Just remember, you can't actually be harmed except by your own considerations.
Okay.
Just remember, you cannot be harmed. You can only claim you've been harmed, but it's an illusion. You can't. You've got to stay true to yourself, because that is the most harm you could ever do to yourself.
Okay, and it's self-inflicted.
Big time, yup.
Okay, all right. So remember, everybody, you can only harm yourself.
Yep.
And we'll talk more about this. I'll have Rich back, and we'll kind of keep talking about this, because this is a deep subject.
Yeah.
And it's an important one for us all to understand. And so I know that we have to wrap this up. We're going to have you back, because this is just the beginning of what it takes to live a courageous life. And what does it really mean? So tell us maybe a time in your life where you chose courage over doubt or fear, and what was the result?
Here's the thing about that. Doubt. I doubt. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I don't know. I'm scared. It's just a justification. It's a cop-out. You have infinite capabilities to do whatever you can even imagine you can do. The only thing you'll ever fail at is your misestimation of effort. Right?
Misestimation of effort.
Yes. Like, that's the only failure you'll ever have, is if you misestimate what it's going to take to get to what goal you're going for. Or the other thing is that you just doubt yourself, and you sit in a big self problem that you're creating yourself. So doubt is a cop-out. You can claim that you've got doubt, you can claim that you have fear, but really inherently it's not true. You don't. You are powerful beyond belief. So You can sit in doubt and you can sit in fear for as long as you want. And this is why I didn't do what I wanted, but it's all an illusion. And I mean, I do these, I have a program, I call it life resurgence programs. And a person's life gets resurgence when they realize that they are the source of it all. Because then you can change things. When you realize that you are not a victim of anything, you can change it. That's the first step, anyway.
You just blew people's mind right now, just know that.
People don't want to hear it sometimes, Terry. People don't want to hear that they are responsible for everything. They want to, no, it's them, it's this, it's my fear, it's my doubt, it's my I can't do it. And I realize people need help in the beginning, but there's going to be a certain point, you get enough life coaching, you get enough counseling, and all of a sudden you're going to go, wait a minute. Everything I've been talking about, I think I've created the whole thing.
And you took it to the highest level, which, you're cut through all the noise and you went to the highest level of what we're really talking about here. And that is that we really are more powerful and capable than we ever give ourselves credit for. But at the same time, we allow that to keep us from showing up. We allow the fear and the doubt to hold us back, but yet we're the only ones in control in the driver's seat.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Okay.
People, I mean, I have asked, well, what disability do you use to show the world that you're not capable?
Yes. Wow, Rich, this conversation really is really made me think as well. Even though I know a lot of this truth, it's so easy to get distracted in our day-to-day life.
I know.
It really is. So I will make sure that people have your contact information, that they can find you, they can listen to your podcast, they can order your book, and they can have sessions with you, correct?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I appreciate it, Terry.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for being my guest today and blowing our minds, and maybe that's a good thing, so that we can really look at the truth. And we'll continue this conversation because I'm sure people are just now wanting to know more. So we'll have another interview, and thanks so much, Rich.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you, Terry.
Okay. Have a great day.
Bye.